Welcome to episode 17 of Daily Flip. Today's episode is kind of going to parlay off of yesterday's, and I just got a message from a guy that I'm trying to help out with a Facebook group. If you're not a member of the Car Flip Facebook group, you definitely should be. Go to thecarflip.com, put your email address in at the top. You'll see the group I'm talking about. He's wanting to start something for something else. That has nothing to do with what we're talking about now. So today's episode is going to go off of yesterday's that basically talked about a Porsche Cayenne that I was looking at for my wife. If you look out this window right here, right now actually, there's a Porsche Cayenne. Now, we are in the future now. We're about to go back in time to this morning, so we're gonna hop in our DeLorean. We're gonna go back to this morning. I'm gonna show you a video of me bidding on this exact car. So, spoiler alert, I guess, we bought the car. So you're gonna see me actually buy it. You're gonna see the amount I paid. You're gonna see the auction video. I'm doing it on my phone because it was kind of last minute. I was running late into my office and I actually had to pull it up on my phone as opposed to my computer. So I'm gonna show you that right now. Our Porsche just came up. We're gonna see what happens. Green light means there's an engine transmission problem over $500. I don't have to buy it, which is nice. So let's see what it goes for. This is what I'm seeing right here. I don't want to pay that much, really. Just for fun, I bid $6,800 just to see what happens. Being it's green light, I'm willing to live with that. Sold, buyer number PB235. Thank you. All right, so I'm the proud owner of a Porsche Cayenne. After doing some research last night and seeing what they're going for, the actual average sales price for, I'm going to pull it up so I can tell you, and I'll show you what I get to see on my end. When I go into ADESA, they have an app. So when I click on it, I'm about to get to it. I thought I was going to save it for me. C114, this is what I see on my end. We have the vehicle here. So it shows my mileage and everything. We have announcements. If there was any salvage or anything, it's going to be announced here. We scroll over, gives us basic vehicle information. When we scroll to the bottom, it shows us what the average black book value, black book being the average of all these vehicles that have sold in the southeast region, which is what they're pulling off of, is actually $6,850. I actually just bid $6,800, so I bid exactly average. If it was clean, I never go by this value. I don't exactly know how this one is calculated. It shows it at 10.2. So on that, I don't really know how they're calculating that one. The average is where I usually fall in when I'm buying. If you can buy below that, your profit margin's better. So on this one, I paid $6,800. To the right person, that's a $10,000 vehicle. My wife will drive it for a while, and we'll, I don't know, maybe 6 months or so, then we'll let her get out of it. So I'm actually about to go to the auction, pick it up. I'm waiting on Yannick to come in. Yannick's the guy that does most of our videos. You see him every now and then in some of the side shots. But we're gonna go grab that vehicle, bring it back. I'm actually this afternoon leaving to go out of town. We're going to visit my parents. It's my dad's 53rd birthday. So we're going to be in Shelby, North Carolina, which is actually where we started our first dealership, my dad and I. This is Yannick, the man I was waiting on. We're going to go pick up the Porsche, which he's just hearing that we got. So, say what? Got the Porsche. So we're gonna go grab that actually here in just a minute, bring it back. Hopefully it's in good shape. If it's not, from an engine transmission, it's an all-wheel drive vehicle, so even if the transfer case was bad, I don't have to buy it. So we're gonna go to the auction. We're gonna drive it outside of the auction. Being it's a smaller auction, they don't have a test track, so we're gonna go drive it, see if it's okay. If so, we'll bring it back. I'll do a little cleaning here and there, and I'm gonna drive it, surprise my wife with it this afternoon. So that's the plan. We'll update you, let you know how it turns out. But for now, we just paid $6,800 for the 2005 Porsche Cayenne Turbo, which should be fun, with 112, I have to double check, 112,000 or something miles. So that's that. We're gonna go grab it, come back, finish up some stuff. I'm leaving early today to head out of town, and I'll see you later in this video. All right, so we are actually in the Porsche right now. We're about to do our test drive. I just drove like half a mile up the road just to get some gas in it because it was completely on E. So we're gonna go over really quickly what I'm looking for in this test drive. This being a test drive because I purchased it at the auction. You saw me do that on my phone. Right now, this being a green light car, that means that I have the option to test drive it. So I can get it out on the road. I'm gonna get out on US 70 here, which is one of our interstate, I guess, highways. So we're gonna get it up to speed. This is supposed to have a top speed of 165 miles an hour, 0 to 60 in 5.6 seconds. We got 450 horsepower. This is a twin turbo Porsche Cayenne. If you want more information about the vehicle, you want to see it on the outside, if you go to yesterday's episode of Daily Flip, episode 16, you can see a walk around on the outside and a look at the inside. But so far, everything's checked out. The engine is running as it's supposed to. The oil level was good. The coolant level was good. I checked that stuff yesterday. AC, all the buttons are working. We're missing one little button up here, but it's nothing major. We've got, if we'll pan the camera down here, just checked over. This says 4-wheel drive, or it's all-wheel drive, so it's selectable whether you're road. It's got a mountain, so I guess if you were going to be off-roading, which I don't know why you wouldn't this. We also have the ability to change our suspension. We have normal, comfort, sport. This is an air shock system, so this would tighten it up. This would make it a little more comfortable. These actually, if I'm pushing these down, this will lower the vehicle, and then conversely, if you go up, it would raise the vehicle. So you get different settings here with the air suspension. It's nice to have, it's fancy. If something were to go wrong with this, that would not be a fun thing to have to fix. That could get expensive, but as of right now, it's working, so we're good there. Otherwise, we're gonna take it on the road. What I'm looking for is to make sure the transmission shifts properly. So I wanna feel, this is a 6-speed, so I wanna feel, I'm starting in first, so in my head, I'm gonna be counting 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. As I move through all the gears, I want to be smooth shifts. I don't want any check engine lights to come on, which we've not had as of yet. I want to make sure the engine doesn't make any noises that I'm not expecting, no vibrations. We've checked tires, I've looked under it, everything looks good. So we're going to actually pull out right now and see how it feels. In the half mile we've driven it so far, it felt good. Actually looking to potentially surprise my wife with this today. And if you watched yesterday's video, I'm mentioning this is a Porsche. This is nothing incredibly awesome. This is a 2005 vehicle. It's nothing fancy. But as I also mentioned yesterday, I like to pay cash for the vehicles, and I don't like to tie up a ton of money in those vehicles. So this is one where you look fancier than you really are kind of vehicles. But we're gonna get on the road, see how it feels. We're going out of town today. I'm actually going to visit my dad in Shelby. Well, I say dad, my whole family. It's my dad's birthday, so we're all getting together. So this would potentially be a surprise. She's coming to drop off her minivan today. She thinks she's getting in a Jeep Grand Cherokee that you can see in some of the other episodes. It's a black one. It's 282,000 miles, but it's pretty nice though. But she thinks she's coming to trade out for that. I want to have this parked out front for her today. She used to have a Porsche Cayenne. She really liked it. We sold it. So this would be an upgrade to that. This is the turbo, which is more for me than her. But so ideally, this thing drives good. It's already pretty clean, so I take it back to the shop, put it out front. She comes in, and maybe we surprise her. So I would put that on camera, and we'd have a video of it, but she probably wouldn't want to be in the show, so we're gonna leave her off of it. But I'll let you know how that goes come Monday, because we're not gonna be doing Saturday, Sunday on the Daily Flip. So we're waiting at a red light right now. We'll be taking off, and so we're gonna probably cut this. Actually, we're not gonna cut this because the light just turned green. I didn't want any dead space. So we're easing up. I know that we're in second gear now. I felt it shift. Also on my dash, it lets you know what gear you're in. So this is third, fourth. We just went to fifth. And in a moment when we merge onto the highway, we're gonna be in sixth gear. We'll punch it. We'll make sure everything feels good. You know, this being an SUV, I mean, it's decently impressive. You feel yourself going back to the seat. Being all-wheel drive, it gives you a little extra grab there. You're not spinning tires or anything. So we're going to be merging over here onto US 70. We'll see how it does. As of right now, I've got 2 thumbs up. Everything feels good. as long as this feels good. I was hoping these people wouldn't get off in front of us so we could have taken off a little faster. But when we get on the interstate here, we'll know. Otherwise, the rest of the day today, we've got to get back to the shop. I got a few loose ends to tie up, being today's Friday. I got to get a list together for my guy Oliver that works on Saturdays. So he's gonna have several things tomorrow, just things to be doing, getting cars ready as I do throughout the week. He does that on Saturday. Hopefully we have a strong sales day tomorrow. We've got tax time that just hit. But as of right now, we're gonna hit the gas and see what happens. So hopefully I don't get a ticket. It's really windy today. I don't know if you can hear that outside. Just feeling the gusts shake us around a little bit. Feels really good. It'd be really bad if we got pulled over right now because I forgot to put a tag on this vehicle when we left the auction. So that would not be a fun thing to explain. I've never got a ticket for that. Actually, I always forget. I was actually telling Yannick a while ago. Usually I forget. I actually remembered it today, but now I forgot to put it on the car even though I remembered to bring it. So everything feels good. I'll fill you in once we get it back to the dealership if anything else pops up. But we'll tie this up here at the end of the video and we'll go from there. We're back in the future. I'm back here at my car lot. My wife is walking around the car because we bought it for her. It's gonna be our 6-month car or whatever. She really likes it. Unfortunately, we had great plans of orchestrating this big surprise where she was gonna come in expecting a Grand Cherokee and then for me to pull that around. Unfortunately, that didn't work out so well because she got here before she was supposed to. I was at the bank and she called me. Luckily, she was happy, she likes it, she's excited. We're actually about to take a trip across the state to visit my parents. We have a good birthday party thing going on. So we're gonna be driving that vehicle. Hopefully it does well on the way there. We've got a check engine light for a output speed sensor. It's driving fine, the transmission shifting well, so we should be good there. We've looked it over. We had to put a plug in one tire. Otherwise, it seems to be in good shape. Other than that, today's been a lot of here and there all over the place. Otherwise, we had to do some clear coat. We were actually making a video for YouTube of how to clear coat and fix. She has no idea we're on this video, so we'll see if she comes in. How to fix clear coat when it fades on your vehicle. So we were partway through that. It was all taped up. We had 2 coats on and a guy walked in and said, "Hey, don't you have a Chevy Equinox?" And I said, "Yeah, I'll be right back." So I had to run in the back, rip all the stuff off, all the tape, pull it outside. The paint was still kind of tacky, but luckily he didn't touch it. He's really interested. He's supposed to come back tomorrow when I'm not here, when my Saturday guy Oliver is here. So I'll follow up with you on Monday about the Equinox. He might not come back, but it was just interesting that I was ripping everything off. And anyway, luckily he didn't notice that. It turned out halfway decent, but it wasn't ready. So we'll see. We'll finish that video later. Otherwise, I'm headed off to Crabtree Valley Mall to pick up my wife's iPhone from the Apple store. Hopefully they fixed it. We're gonna eat at Highway 55 if you've not eaten there. Amazing chili cheese fries, best ever. Otherwise, I'm out. I'll see you in episode 18.